Hi, and welcome back. This is Rob Thomas, your Everything Microsoft Cloud Chief Cloud Architect. And today we're going to cover topics. I'm going to jump into the depth of this and really explain topics before I really start explaining the structure, like variables, tools, and entities that make up the structure of topics. But I want to explain topics, you fully understand what topics is and how it answers the question of the AI agent interacting, right? This AI agent interacting, or this human interacting with an AI agent, which is basically done through topics, right? So before we get into the depth of that, let's give a shout out to our sponsors, and that's going to be Enterprise Software Solution, the software dudes. Now, these guys are great for any of your Microsoft 365, Azure SQL Server, Microsoft Windows Server, Microsoft Dynamics 365, and Power BI needs. I highly recommend you reach out to this team. They're great. You can click here in the top right corner to schedule a meeting to connect and coordinate with the team. All right, so let's just jump back into topics here, and really just get into the depth of what is topics, why is it important, and how do you do that. Now, you've built an AI assistant and you've given them knowledge, right? So let's just paint this picture. But after you built this AI assistant, there's this big question. How do you ensure that it answers the questions correctly, right? And it doesn't completely derail when a customer asks you 5 different things at the same time in one chat, right? And you solve that with topics. Topics are the fundamental building block. They're the flow chart you design that guarantees your AI stays on track and answers a specific user interaction, whether it's a greeting, a question about products, or an inquiry about employee benefits. Now, today we're going to deep dive into the structure of a topic, explain its structure, right? And then basically explain the difference between the two main ways an AI handles a conversation and show you the safety net that prevents your bot from saying things like, I don't know. All right, let's start architecting. Now, the first thing to understand is how your AI is orchestrated, and that is done in two main ways, and that's basically going to be two main ways your AI agent interacts. That's going to be the old model interaction, which is just topics, and then the generative model, which is or generative orchestration, which is generative interaction, which is topics, tools, and knowledge, right? So the classic orchestration, which is the old model, this is older. It's a rule-based model. It relies entirely on a list of specific trigger phrases. You define something like hello or hi to start a conversation. Now, the second way is generative. Now, this is the modern, more natural model. It uses generative AI to intelligently combine topics, actions, and your knowledge base to respond. Now, so this is and this is basically what I'm showing you, the two interaction ways, old school, new school, right? Now, here's the key takeaway. Even in a smart generative mode, topics are still critical. They are the blueprint for a high value workflow. So just want you to remember that, right? Now, let me jump into the structure of a topic, right? And what the topic structure is going to look like. And basically, every topic starts with a trigger. In the classic mode, you have to list out every trigger phase you can think of. An example of this is going to be, how is the weather today, right? Now, in the smarter generative mode, you just describe what the topic does. The AI handles the rest. I mean, you can even trigger a topic using a specific event, like when a user signs in. Once the topic is triggered, the dialogue follows a conversational path defined by nodes that you can see here outlined in the diagram here. So, and basically what I'm going to do is let's just jump into it. I'm going to kind of show you a little bit more real world use case of this, but basically here's the concept, right? You'll add a node to send a message, ask a question, add a condition logic, if then, or call an action, and I'm going to show you like how this is done. So let me just quickly jump over into my screen here so you can see it, right? And again, you want to go to right here, Copilot at Microsoft.com. You get here. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this agent. So you click on the agent. Once I find I'll go to visit California. I'll go to this agent and I'm going to go to topics. So I'm going to click on topics. And the first thing I want to do is I want to test this logic out. So I'm going to fool around with greetings. So if I click on greetings, I'm going to say greetings is pretty cool. I like it. Makes sense. I'm going to click on here. And then the thing I want to add is I want to add this thing called, how are you, right? So basically let me add that right there. And I'm a little lazy, so I don't want to have to type it. So I just want to boom, add it there, right? And then now I added it. Now I'll save it. And now in the test window, the agent will correctly trigger the greeting and deliver my custom message. That's how you control the flow. So let's do that. So now I'm done. I'm going to hit save, right? And then I'm going to say, how do you do? Right? Some message that's close to triggering this in the test, right? So I'm going to do that. And then voila. Perfect. Now, hello, how can I help you today? And basically it just understood the phrasing right there. And then it just triggered, okay, yep, this is, under the greeting topic, it knows, okay, we're going to need, it's a hello, hey, hi, how are you? It's going to kick off this phrase and it's going to go. And you can click show rationale here and it's acting a little funky. But anyway, that just gives you an idea of basically showing you a greeting topic and showing you this concept. Now, in your topic list, you'll see 2 custom topics. One you can, the ones you build and the system topics. And that is, and let me just kind of quickly show you that. I'm going to go back here. Let me go back a little bit. Right. And I'm going to go back to topics. I kind of got out of that. And then you can see here, just don't miss this. You're going to see your topics are going to show system and then custom. So you can see those topics right there. Right. Now, the system topics are provided by Microsoft to handle critical framework functions, which are these. Right. And then first, and then the custom topics basically are, custom topics that you are creating. Right. Now, first, let's customize our first impression and let's go to the conversation start system topic. And then I can shorten the length of the welcome message to just the first sentence, right? So I would do that by going to here, conversation start topics. And that's what I was talking about. I'm coming in here and I'm basically going to click on in here and then shorten the length and then just delete all that. So that's what that means, right? I'm going to shorten the length. Actually, let me do it. I'm going to do it. Right. And then I'm going to, I don't want to hit save, but yeah, I'll hit save. Right. Now, I'm going to show you a look at the fallback topic, right? So basically, I shorten the length of this and I'm going to back out. And I'm going to show you that the fallback topic here. Now, this is your safety net. Now, if the AI can't understand the user intent, the fallback topic triggers and asks them to type rephrasing, their message. So if it fails 3 times, you can see right here, right? So this is the conditions that I added, that if it fails 3 times, right, it redirects to an escalation topic. And this is this one here. I'm going to click on it in a second. Now, the escalation topic, connects them to a human agent. So this is pretty much what that topic is going to say. Hey, there's nothing working. I need an agent, and I'm going to connect you to an agent, and they're going to, help you and work on your case. Now, this ensures your customer never gets stuck in I'm sorry, I didn't get that loop, right? So think of it as your bot emergency off ramp. So let's click on it and you just kind of see here, and then boom, it'll send you to this escalation topic, and then it'll escalate into a representative that is not currently configured to this agent. So that just gives you the flow of what's actually happening. Now, I want you to remember one important thing here, and I'm going to back out of the escalation topic because I want to show you something about system topics. Now, system topics you cannot delete a system topic because your agent needs them to function correctly. Right? So I just wanted to leave you with that and help you to understand. You're able to come in, you can see topics, include them, but you can't delete these. All right. Now, the takeaway is simple. Topics are a flow chart that guarantees your AI manages conversations professionally, whether it's through simple triggers or advanced generative AI. Now, I encourage you, go into your agent today and customize your system topics. Start with the conversation start welcome message to make a great first impression. And tell me, what is the single most complicated conversation path in your business? The one that needs a perfect topic blueprint. Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this guide helpful, please give it a like and be sure to subscribe for more Copilot training sessions. Thank you so much for your time and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.